I admit it. I am a Rate Your Music user. I know what you're saying to yourself right now. Radiohead fan, head ass. Fucking T-Pab is the GOAT album. Fantano groupie. Egyptian shumba ass motherfucker right here. The Rate Your Music community has a reputation now that precedes them. It's a meme, I guess, of like insufferable elitist music snobs who think they're better than everybody else and name drop genre names that nobody actually uses in real life. But as somebody who's been on it for 12 years, I'll give my take on its value in my life. Not to like endorse it exactly. Like, I promise you that fucking website is not paying me to make this video. But I'll say this. More people on it, more users, more perspectives. That makes it a more well-rounded platform in the long run. It's a relatively small community still, and it might be for you. Honestly, a lot of my core taste, a lot of the really important music in my life, I heard about it for the first time on Rate Your Music because I was 14 and had a lot to learn and had internet connection. You know, I was already a music fan. Like, there was already stuff that I liked. I had an idea of what I liked. But honestly, like, I didn't have a lot of people around me who were showing me cool, interesting music. Nobody ever told me about the Pixies or, you know, Coltrane or DJ Shadow. The list goes on and on. I mean, somehow, some way, I'm sure I would have found these artists eventually. I mean, these are not unknown artists. But, like, Rate Your Music is where, like, in many instances, I was first alerted to their existence. The politics of Rate Your Music, if you'd like, I have no interest in whatsoever. Like the charts or whatever. When I was 14, it was like, oh, okay, I should maybe hear these albums in the top 100 chart that I've never heard before. I mean, you know, the ranking is bullshit. Like, let's just get that out of the way. The idea that any album could be the #1 album of all time and have everybody agree on it is ridiculous. OK Computer is goated, bro. It's peak music. Even Beethoven would come back from the dead and be like, OK Computer cured my deafness, bro. I had nothing on this. But let's be honest. If an album is ranked highly by thousands of users on a website where people specifically talk about music, it's probably worth listening to. It's not necessarily the best music at the expense of any other music, but the users of that site are not lying to you about like what they connect with. This is recording, right? Early on, it did take me a little while to understand that like a record being loved or hated on Rate Your Music does not at all correlate to how it is in real fucking life. I remember being especially shocked at first about how Green Day's American Idiot was rated, which was like a favorite album of mine when I was like 13, 14. And like a lot of people on that site don't think it's cool to like that album. And it was like a flash of lightning for me. It was like, oh man, like, am I not allowed to like this anymore? Part of the learning curve is like, oh, I'm gonna disagree with a lot of the people on here, with the populace of Rate Your Music. The rankings and stuff, in my opinion, are secondary to the fact that Rate Your Music is fundamentally a database. It's an encyclopedia, and that is how I use it. It's very useful for cataloging what I've heard and what I haven't, and learning about shit. Like, most of the music homework that I've ever done in my life came from there. And like, you know, other people's opinions are interesting, but they're not the important thing. Like, every release page has the equivalent of like the liner notes, you know, with all the information on the players and the writers and the producers. You can explore every discography to its like obscurest details. It is tailor-made for music nerds. As for the community, I am not as involved in it as I used to be. Like message boards and comment boxes and things like that. I will say I have made some amazing friends on there over the years who I've still never met in person, but I've consistently caught up with them in some instances for more than a decade. I guess just because we connected as like young weirdos with a shared affinity for music, which is important on an emotional level when you're young, you know? On the real though, a lot of the memes about Rate Your Music, they come from the fact that the community is so strange in good ways and bad ways. You know, this is just one guy's opinion. Like, as one instance, like, I find it fascinating what very specific pop songs the Rate Your Music community decides to venerate. Many times on the website I've been like, why this song? Like, who decided that it was cool for this community to like this song, to love this song to a level where it's like you're calling this one of the greatest songs of all time, while all these other perfectly worthy and often similar ones get written off. All the little intricacies of the community, the strange bubbles in people's tastes are very interesting on there. For real, there are so many, like, knowledgeable people on that website. You'll find people who seem to be, like, experts on, like, every, like, hyper specific thing that you could possibly imagine. And also some really talented writers and thinkers about music who really know how to talk about what they love. There are many, many reviews on there that are extremely valuable and insightful. Reviews that have made me revisit something that I didn't understand initially, that opened my mind to a new way of listening or something like that. And also, I have to mention the lists that people make on that website. I probably was first led to the site back in the day because I stumbled on a few online. And I've always been weird, and I love making lists and things. Dude, the amount of detail and effort that people put into these, it is a gold mine, I'm telling you. And there's a list for every topic, everything. People are so incredibly creative. They're just amazing resources to find out about stuff that you've never heard. Like, let me try to pull up some lists I've recently been looking at. Evolution of Glam Rock, 71 to 75. Experimentalities, 1,000 Ways to Engage and Cheat Silence. Ambient Palace. DJ Screw Tapes ordered by chapter number. This doesn't even begin to cover like everything that's on here. If you spend enough time on that site, you will find lots of music that you were unaware of before that will blow your mind. And you will say, I can't believe I never knew about this. That has been my experience on there for a decade. It's like, yeah, bro, like music nerds on the internet can be annoying or whatever, but they're not faking their passion. And my enjoyment of music has immensely benefited from this amazing resource that has tons of people's knowledge. You know what's great though? There's always somebody more insufferable than you on that website. I don't know, this got too long. Don't fucking stalk me on there, you fucking heathens, yeah? Yo, rate your music, give me a sponsorship. Y'all gotta take ads off your shit, I swear to God.